So Matthew Lillard, you know him, you love him, and this guy is just a class act, really. He understands that he's like Jack Black, where even if he doesn't know of a franchise, he'll learn about it. He'll do what he needs to, so that way the fans feel like they're being appreciated. Because in his words, it's about the community. It's not about him. It's about the community. Of whatever franchise, whether it be in this case FNAF or with Jack Black with either Mario or Minecraft. These are people who truly understand that the fans are the ones who make the community. The fans are the ones who are going to see these movies, and if it's not being made for the fans, then really what's the point? But yeah, I've always loved Matthew Lillard, and seeing this stuff just makes it just makes you love him even more.
William Afton's a different thing. I didn't grow up with the game. I didn't really wasn't really familiar with the fan base. I certainly am now after doing the second movie, and I love it. I love being an understanding that the weight and the value of the characters that you play have way more value to other people. It's not about me. It's about serving a community,
Right.
and I really relish having those parts because I like honoring the community. I like honoring these people. I like honoring what people love about FNAF, and I love being a part of it.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. This is a man who appreciates the community, even if he has no idea what the community is about, like FNAF, where he understands what it is now because he's William Afton. He kind of has to know now. But he doesn't come out and say, oh, well, if you don't like it, don't watch it. He doesn't call you phobes and isms. He doesn't market it in a terrible way. No, he is very much a person of the people. He understands that every community is different. He understands that even though they're different communities, value and respect the whatever it is, whoever, like the creator, they respect the game or whatever they created. It's like Scott. People admire Scott because of what he's created, and they certainly wouldn't want his work to be disrespected by people coming out and be like, oh, if you don't like it, don't watch it. So this is a man like Jack Black, regardless of what you think about Jack Black or, if you disagree with things he's said or done. The fact is he knows how to market. He knows how to get himself into that mindset of it's not about me, it's about them. Like this guy showing up to theaters during the Minecraft movie just because he's great with kids. But Matthew Lillard is also very experienced in this because he not only did portrayed Shaggy in the live action movie, but he's been the voice of Shaggy for the longest time. So when it comes to fan bases and the viewers, he knows that respect is the biggest thing. It is the biggest selling point. If you respect them, they will come to see whatever you're in. The moment you start saying if you don't like it, don't watch it. The moment they start calling others phobes and isms because, oh, I don't like what they did with the character, they know it's over. That's why with the whole FNAF thing, with the marketing, you never heard them talk about politics. You never heard them talk about, Orange Man bad. You never heard them say, if you don't like it, don't watch it. You never heard them call you a phobus or ism. You never heard them bashing the the creator, Scott Cawthon, or bashing like the first game for not being so, the storyline not really being no. It was clear that like the FNAF movie was very much a passion project dedicated to the fans. They took a story, or a game rather, where you just sit there and stare at monitors, and they took the very vague story and they turned that into a feature-length movie with plenty of Easter eggs in it, plenty of references. They've got YouTubers in there. They clearly knew who their audience was. You know, with was it Corey X Kenshin when he was in there, Matt Pat being in there, Dawko, Resbowski, 8-Bit Ryan. You know, even though they weren't in there, like Dawko, Raz, Ryan, and I think other Ryan, they were all employees of the month. But then you had people like Corey and Matt Pat who actually had roles in the movie, even if they were small. Even if it was just Matt Pat talking about, you know, at breakfast and, you know, saying, you know, some people think that, but that's just a theory. You know, they clearly knew who their fans were. And I've seen interviews with, you know, with all the people who worked on FNAF and talking about it, and not once have they had any ill will towards fans, never said anything disparaging towards the fans. That is how you market a movie. That's one reason why the Mario Brothers movie did so well, because they marketed it amazingly. You know, you had Chris Pratt out there doing what Chris Pratt does the best. And it's basically like, even if you don't know who Mario is, come see the movie. It's for everyone. You know, they're not saying, "Oh, you don't like it, don't watch it. Oh, you don't like the fact that I voice Mario? Well, then this movie's not for you. Then don't watch." No, it's like, give it a chance. Give it a chance. You guys can't base everything off just a few moments of lines in a trailer. Come watch the movie and see for yourself. I'm sure you'll be pleasantly surprised to see that Mario, his character, and all that is intact. That's all you have to do. And Matthew Lillard, again, is a master at this already, having portrayed Shaggy, not only the live action, but also been the voice of Shaggy. And he knows that with FNAF, especially a role as important as William fucking Afton, like, everything in this game is the fault of William Afton. He is the one who sets everything in motion. And it's like he says, I always come back. Now we're at like the Pizzaplex and there's like glitches of him and this and that, and his spirit inhabiting thing. It's insane. The guy always comes back. Like, this dude is playing like 52D chess. You know, whether it be his action, his you know, when he's alive, or his spirit bound to the freaking Springtrap, or some freaking uploaded virtual version of him. The dude, it just never dies. He never dies. And so going forward, I'm sure this is going to be multiple, not just, I mean, it's going to be a lot, because, and I actually think that suits him better because he's already older, and we know William Afton is an older guy. So depending on how fast these movies come out, he's going to look more like William Afton. Like, I'm not even mad about the accent thing, because, you know, Afton has the British accent, but I don't even care about that because Matthew Lillard is perfect for the part, you know? But obviously, if it's going to be more movies, clearly every game has something to do with William Afton. So this man is going to be in basically every single movie. And good thing there's not a lot of action, because again, he's not getting any younger. But he's going to look more and more like William Afton because he's going to be aging, and it's going to make it feel more authentic. I mean, when he was William Afton in the movie, it was really good. It's like, yeah, that it's kind of like what I imagined William Afton would look like. But he clearly gets it. And that's what you want from celebrities, and he's not some like A-list actor. I don't know what kind of in the tier system he would be, but he's definitely not an A-list celebrity. But in my heart, he is. He is, because he's one of those people in Hollywood who get it. He's one of those people who don't, you know, really, he stays to himself, which is good. You know, a lot of actors, they want to be so opinionated and vocal. No, this dude is like, nope, I exist to make the kids happy. I make the kids happy. You know, I'm the voice of Shaggy. I'm portraying William Afton now, so I get to scare kids as well. It's a perfect life. I have no reason to insert myself into things that I have no reason to insert myself into. You know, Does the guy have politics? I'm sure he does, but he doesn't get vocal about it because he knows that's bad business. You know, bad business. Especially when you're promoting things like this, like FNAF or something like Scooby Doo. Like there's no reason to bring it up. There's no reason to bring it up, you know. But this dude is just a class act, and like I said, he may not be an A-list celebrity, but he is to me because people like him in Hollywood are hard to find. And I've always loved Matthew Lillard. When I saw, I mean, I was already well in my teenage years when Scooby Doo came out, the movie, you know, the live action. But I saw it, I was like, this is Shaggy. Like the fact that he did what he could to make his voice, you know, hoarse like that, just to kind of nail what Casey Kasem was doing. Yeah, but yeah, I've always loved Matthew Lillard, and seeing him as William Afton, another character who I love for different reasons. Obviously, I don't like the evil part of William Afton, but I like his character. You know, what drives him? What, you know, why does he do what he does? Why is he looking for Remnant? Is it for him? Is it for you know, being able to bring loved ones back from the dead? Like, what is his motivation here? Because sometimes he seems like he's doing it for, oh, because I've lost my children, and but then he seems like he's the one who wants to live forever, you know? So it's like I love learning more about his character, learning about him and Henry, who Henry we still don't know anything about really. So I love Afton's character, and seeing him portray someone like William Afton is really cool because William Afton very much is like a horror type character. He does terrible things. He flat out murders children. You have people like Jason who don't really touch children like that. Like even Jason has some kind of moral code to where he's like, he's not going to actually harm innocent children. You know, he goes after the teenagers, you know, the premarital sex and, you know, drugs and all that, but then you have William Afton, who that's a normal Tuesday for him. It's like, I've got time before I go home. Are there any kids around here I can kill? So, I mean, this dude very much is evil, and I love that. Just sometimes it just seems like, okay, he's doing it for himself. He's doing it because he's trying to find the source of life and immortality, but and this and that. And sometimes it's like, maybe this dude just flat out evil. Maybe there's no rhyme or reason for what he does. Maybe there's no reason to any of this. Maybe he just enjoys being evil. Maybe he's just one of those, yeah, I'm gonna kill as many kids as I can. Yeah. You know, maybe he's just a mustache twirling villain, you know, like a Joker type villain where, you know, you don't know why he's doing it. He knows why he's doing it, you know, and it's just for the thrill. You know, he just wants to watch the world burn. You know, see all these families grieving and crying because of their loved one, you know, their children dying left and right. And this guy's basically beating it off to all the sorrow that he's causing. We don't know. That could be it. Maybe he likes to go home and have a good whack. Thinking about all the families who are grieving and crying. Maybe that's a king for him. I don't know. But whatever it's going to be in the movies, I know Matthew Lillard will play it just perfectly. You know, horror is not exactly foreign to him. So, but yeah, this guy just seems really, really chill. You watch interviews or him interacting with kids, he's really, really cool. And again, may not be an A-list celebrity, but he is to me. You know, finding someone like him now, especially nowadays, it's extremely far and few. Extremely far and few. So well done, Matthew Lillard. We salute you, sir. Continue just being you. Just be the amazing, awesome Matthew Lillard that you've always been. Just never change. Ever. Ever. Clearly, Hollywood hasn't gotten to you. So just keep it that way. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you guys think of Matthew Lillard and his portrayal of William Afton. I always come back. But yeah, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.